Hi, I'm Jen Suffin, and I'm a board-certified lactation consultant and a mom of two. I know that using a breast pump can seem pretty intimidating. I had to have my best friend come over to my house the very first time I was getting ready to pump and open up the box. But since then, I've become a lactation consultant, and I've learned a few tricks of the trade that I think you might be interested in hearing to help make this process a little bit easier. Let's get started. Probably one of the most important things to remember when pumping is to wash your hands. It may seem obvious, but research has shown that this is one of the best ways to cut down on contamination of your breast milk during the entire feeding, pumping, and storing process. It's also important to start with clean, dry pump parts. Every breast pump is different, so be sure to read the manufacturer's instructions or watch their instructional video first. Before starting to pump, be sure to grab a glass of water because pumping can make you really thirsty. If you have a hands-free bustier or a bra, it can make this whole process a lot faster and easier. Hands-free is the way to go, whether you're at home and you need to calm down a fussy baby, or you're at work and multitasking. Research also shows that if you have your hands free while you're pumping, you can massage your breasts and potentially have the milk flow faster and in greater volumes. Turn the pump on and take a few deep breaths. Milk flows easier and faster if you can relax. Pumping should not hurt, so if it does, turn down the pump until it's more comfortable. If pumping is still uncomfortable, you may have the wrong size flange or funnel. Most pumps, such as the Amida and Medela pumps, have multiple size flanges that either come with your pump or can be purchased separately. Most women need to change their flange size, often going larger if pumping is still hurting. The general recommendation is to pump both breasts for about 15 to 20 minutes. But each mom and baby is different, so that time frame can be shortened or extended depending on the individual circumstance. You might find the best time to pump is in the early morning as opposed to the afternoon or the evening, when your milk supply is naturally at its lowest. How much you should pump depends on lots of factors. The amount of milk your baby needs will vary based on how old your baby is, how much they weigh, how often they eat, and how long you'll be away from your baby. A good bottle measure for a breastfed baby is about 2 to 4.5 ounces. Once you have finished pumping, wash the parts out with hot, soapy water. If you don't have time to clean them right away, let the parts soak in a bowl of soapy water until you do. Lots of moms are curious about when the best time is to pump, and the realistic answer is whenever you have the chance. Between all of the feeding you're going to be doing and everything else that's involved with caring for a newborn, there's little time for anything else. At work, you'll probably need to pump every 3 hours to maintain your milk supply. For most women, that means 3 times a day. What you pump at work today is what's given to your baby by your childcare provider tomorrow. When you're at work, you can place your parts in a clean Ziploc bag and place them in the refrigerator or cooler bag until the next pumping. Be sure to clean them thoroughly once you get home though. In terms of how you store your milk, you can either use breast milk storage bags or bottles. The bags are best if you're going to be freezing your milk, and the bottles are best if you're giving them to your childcare provider to feed to your baby the next day, because you can't feed from the breast milk storage bags. Mark the date on the storage bag that you put onto the bottle so you can grab the oldest milk first. When it comes to breast milk, fresh is always best. But if you don't plan on using it within 3 to 5 days, make the decision to freeze it within 48 hours and be sure to put it into the back of the freezer. Depending on the type of freezer you have, your milk will be good for about 3 to 6 months. Milk in the refrigerator is good for about 3 to 5 days. To protect all the amazing components of your breast milk, warm it slowly in a bowl of hot tap water. Research shows it's best to swirl the milk as it warms versus shaking it to keep from breaking down the proteins. At the end of the day, pumping may not be fun, but you can feel good about knowing that you're providing your unique milk for your special baby even when you aren't together.